I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome everyone to the Laverne Planning Commission regular meeting on September 26, 2017 at 6 o'clock. First item of business, we do have a quorum, is to approve the meeting minutes for the August 29th, 2017 regular meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
We have a motion to accept as submitted. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting's passed. First item of business under old business. Site plan request by SEC Inc. for proposed truck access improvement at Trinidad Benham Corporation, property located at 140 International Boulevard, tax map 017, parcel 2.03, I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by Trinidad Benham Corporation. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is for site plan approval for truck improvements at 140 International Boulevard, and several of you are familiar with this property as it's been, I think it was at the August meeting and deferred for the sidewalk. So it is zoned I-2 heavy industrial, and they have made the change and added the sidewalk, and all other issues have been addressed. Thank you.
Very good. Any questions or comments from the board?
I appreciate the applicant working with us on that, and with that, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept as submitted. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item, item number 2 is deferred. Item number 3 is withdrawn. Sir, Mr. Logan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a site plan for a proposed warehouse of 4,800 square feet, be located on Dick Buchanan, and the current zoning is I-1 light industrial. This was also at the August meeting and had some technical issues then, and the applicant has since addressed all of those issues.
Very good. Very good, Mr. Logan. Let me read the item for the record. Site plan requested by IEC and Dale Homes for proposed warehouse of 4,800 square foot, property located at 438 Dick Buchanan Street, tax map 014, parcel 67.03, I-1 Light Industrial Zoning District, property owned by BH Homes Construction Company, Inc. Thank you, Mr. Logan. You stated that all technical items were addressed.
That's correct.
Any questions or comments from the board?
All the items have been addressed, Mr. Chairman. Make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
I'll second it.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item under new business. Overlay District Design Standards requested to deviate from approved materials requested by Haas Musavi for the proposed Central Park Retail Center. Property located at 5291, 5295, and 5299 Murfreesboro Road. PO Tax Map 014, Parcel 72, C2 Highway Service District, property owned by Haas Musavi. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This is a project that's been going on close to 2 months. The applicant made a request to change from the approved brick from their original site plan approval, and they first asked to go to lap siding and then changed their mind to go to hard coat stucco. And they were on the agenda in August and deferred in August. That was the first time. So this would be the second meeting that they've been on the agenda. And I have not heard from the applicant. I don't think there is anyone here tonight to represent it.
Is Mr. Musavi or a representative from this project here this evening? Have we had anything in writing, Mr. Logan?
Nothing.
Mr. Chairman, may I point out minutes that we just approved, item 9. We did vote on this last month. So I'm not sure why it's still on the agenda unless they had another application put in, but we've already voted on it.
Did we vote on it?
No, he requested it back on.
He did request it back on?
He wasn't at the the meeting last month.
Okay. So let's run through this. We did deny it last month. They did not attend the workshop.
Correct.
Make a motion to deny.
I have a motion to deny as submitted. We have a second?
Second.
1 second. First was Ms. Susan. We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is turned down to deviate from the approved materials. Next item is number 6 is deferred, correct, Mr. Logan?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And 7 is good. Amends, we're going, moving on to number 7. Amend site plan request by Rusty Russ for 5605 Business Park, property located at 5581 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 018F, Group A, parcel 1.01, C2 Highway Service Zoning District, property owned by Pavel Tolstov. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This request was a change to an already approved site plan that had to do with the location of a detention pond. And in the report, all the planning technical comments have been addressed. I think there may be a couple outstanding engineering, but I will let Mr. Brown.
No, everything's been addressed.
Okay, great. So there's no technical items on that one.
So just a couple of questions then. So we, on our the technical lines, who's going to own and maintain the detention pond? That's been resolved?
They've got a note on there basically before the site plan gets, before they get a CO, they're gonna have to have that easement recorded, and then that easement document will take care of that.
The applicant understands and recognise that?
Yes, sir, and there's another thing that'll be indicated on the plans. There's actually a pipe that comes down through there to carry the runoff to the pond. So that'll also be on the plan on each one of the sites to where you'll have, that easement will show up on the plan too.
And all that's on the plan, it's just the easement's gotta be worked out, and until the plan gets approved, it's kinda, you're voting on a easement that's really not needed unless the plan's approved.
And the last question was the calculations. You reviewed the calculations and it's
Yes.
big enough to do?
Yes.
That, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept as submitted.
Very good. We have a motion to accept as submitted. Do we have a second? We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Can I get the applicant's name, please, or the one that was speaking?
If you'd state your name and address for the record, sir.
Rusty Rust, 3410 Hobson Pine, Tennessee.
Thank you, sir.
And the second one.
Mr. King. Very good. On to the next item. Final plat requested by SEC Inc. for Waldron Business Park, second re-subdivision of Lot 2 and first re-subdivision of Lot 3. Property located on an International Boulevard, tax map 017, parcel 2.12 and 5.01, C2 Highway Service Zoning District and I-2, Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by Bramco Properties, Inc. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This request is for a final plat, and the applicant is only making some minor modifications to some boundaries. And property is zoned I-2 Heavy Industrial, and there are no technical items. Thank you.
Any questions or comments from the board?
All technical items have been addressed. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to
I'll second.
accept. We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item. Site plan requested by Michael Dewey for Power Equipment Company, property located at Waldron Road and International Boulevard, tax map 017, parcel 2.12 and 5.01, C2 Highway Service Zoning District and I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by Bramco Properties, Inc. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This site plan is for a new facility, the Power Equipment Company, and it's approximately 60,000 square feet, and one large building and two smaller auxiliary buildings. And the property is zoned C2 Commercial and I-2 Heavy Industrial, and they did address their architectural comments, and I actually will let the applicant address those comments from the workshop.
The applicant from Bramco, Inc., come to the podium, please. If you would state your name and address for the record, sir.
Sure. My name is Michael Dewey, 2925 Berry Hill Drive, Nashville, Tennessee. Chuck is the representative for Bramco and can talk more about the architectural.
If you would, Mr. Chuck, your name and address for the record as well.
Chuck Mueller, 220 Salient Lane, Mount Juliet.
Thank you very much. I think you've got some samples for us to see and some renderings. Second building.
All right, this is the rendition of the property. This would be the frontage, and this would be, as you're coming from I-24, this would be the side view of the building. So, and the brick portion of the building would be like this. And that's the lower part, and then the siding itself. I think there's a shade that's a little different shade. It would be this shade here, a little, pretty close to that, but a little bit more of a true gray. It would be on the upper part of the building.
Very nice. Any questions or comments from the board?
I'd just like to say, from the engineering standpoint, I appreciate you widening the entranceway. I think that'll be benefit both the city as well as your.
We were happy to do that, works out better for us too.
On your colours, I'm pleased to see everything, and we get some good diagrams. We can actually visually see, and that's what we're looking for doing this, and we appreciate you working with us. So with that, I'll make a motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? Second. We have a second from Mr. Jim. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Number 10 is deferred, sir.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Logan? 10 is deferred, sir.
Sir, if you leave if you just leave that, yeah, that'd be great. No problem. Thank you. He didn't hear you.
Number 10 is, oh, yes. No, moving on to number 11. Preliminary plat request by Danny Womble for the Cottages of Lake Forest, phases 6A and 6B, tax map 014, parcel 6, property located south of Nixon Way, R3, high density residential zoning district. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a preliminary plat request for approval by Mr. Womble for the Cottages of Lake Forest, Phase 6A and 6B. And it is zoned R3 high-density residential. And all the staff's technical issues have been addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
Chairman, I think we've addressed this several times through several meetings, and with that, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Jones. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. On to number 12. Final plat request by Danny Womble for the Cottages of Lake Forest, Phase 6A. Tax map 014, parcel 6, property located south of Nixon Way, R3, high-density residential zoning district. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This request is final plat approval for the Cottages of Lake Forest, Phase 6A, and this is the final plat. Property is zoned R3, high-density residential, and all the technical comments have been addressed.
Very good. Any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it looks good. I think I appreciate the engineer working with us on this, and I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
A motion to accept. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Jones. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. On to number 13. Set bond amount for final plat request by Danny Womble for the Cottages of Lake Forest, Phase 6A. Tax map 014, parcel 6, property located on Nixon Way, R3, high-density residential zoning district. Mr. Logan.
Thank you. This is the bond, to set the bond amount, excuse me, for the Cottages of Lake Forest, Phase 6A, and the 3 required bids were obtained, and the total is $118,000. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Questions or comments from the board?
I think it all worked out very well, and with that, I'll make a motion to accept the bid of the 118,000 engineer's bid.
We have a motion to accept the proposed bid amount. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Jones. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Number 14, bonds and letters of credit.
Mr. Chairman, everyone should have a bond list in front of them. Everything is up to date. We do have two, one for McFarland Point, Section 11, and the Ridge Phase 1 that will expire in November, so we will be getting those extended.
Very good. Any other questions or comments from the board? Thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned.